whether you're going far or short, there's different ways that we can cause ourselves issues on our bike. And whether we're going fast or slow, we can work on those with our riders. Everyone who does a cycling assessment with us is going to use their own bike. We want to make sure that they're bringing in the machine that they're going to use, and when they leave, it's set in the position we want it in. People who are doing it more for performance, they're going to be really interested in the fine-tuned details of, I'm worried about my performance with a longer race, or I'm worried about my performance with a faster race. I don't know if my position is causing me power. So those are the things we dial in with them. How they're generating power, where they're generating power, what muscles are generating their power, and then we can either make changes to their bike or changes to their body. For the everyday recreational rider, we still have things that we want to work on. Whether it's, I just bought this bike, I've never been fit before, but I always have a history of back pain, or I got this bike and I started riding and now my hip is sore. There's a lot of things that we do with the physical exam to help make sure that a rider is matched well to their machine. If there's changes we want to make to the bike, we're going to make them. But we're not going to do it willy-nilly. Sometimes we can get caught up in putting someone in what would kind of be a standardized position. Let's base it off of your inseam, let's base it off of your height. I always tell people you can take two people with the same inseam and same height, they're going to be really different flexibility or really different strength, or even just really different goals. Those goals are really going to dictate what position we're going to put those riders in to make them successful at the ventures that they're trying to undertake. We're using a physical exam in ours that's going to allow us to make changes to the rider as well, whether we want to give them joint mobilizations to loosen up, create some more mobility for them, or work on some strengthening or core stabilization programs for them to make them a more effective machine. We're going to use some hand measurements, but we're also going to use some high-speed motion capture. That's the thing with cycling, is things move incredibly fast. So it's nice to have those exact measurements and those exact numbers. It's nice to be able to compare side-to-side measurements. There are some fit systems that just look at one side or the front. It's nice to know that, hey, we're doing the same thing on our right side as our left side. We're keeping as symmetrical as we can to avoid any kind of overload or injuries that could happen from imbalances. The motion capture data is also nice because we can immediately apply that to things we found in the physical exam. If someone is missing some hip range of motion but they're trying to be in a really aggressive position, they may be creating some hip impingement issues, or going up the kinetic chain into some low back issues, or their knee could be flaring out, creating some knee rotation issues or ankle foot problems as well. The motion capture gives us an incredible amount of qualitative and quantitative data that we can immediately apply to getting that person in the right position. It's fun to buy new toys, but I think a lot of times we're buying new toys to go faster. And we can shave off a half a second here or a second there with those things, but one of the things we're going to work with people on is getting the most out of their machine as possible. Can they be put in a position that's going to make them more efficient with regards to their muscles, an easier position to breathe in, or a more aerodynamic position. Those things often pay dividends much more than, my helmet is slightly different shaped, or I shaved my legs, or I updated to a carbon fiber water bottle holder. It takes two things to go for a bike ride, a bike and a body. The bike shops are great at bikes. They know them upside down, inside out, forward, backward. I know bodies that way. So I'm going to make sure that your body is a good match for your bike. The nice thing is I can also make changes to your bike. I know what you need to be in terms of that standard position, but I also know how to deviate to personalize that standardized position more to you because of the makeup of your body. So that physical exam is really what kind of gives us the understanding with that rider and how to put them into the best position possible to meet their goals.